Hi, my name is Christian Strother, and this is my audience. Sex for money, money for sex. It's always been illegal here in the US, right? And if you start asking people what they think about sex and money in the same sentence, they really don't have that much of a positive outlook on it. And they've always had this certain feeling of prostitution being bad. Well, prostitution is defined by the Oxford Dictionary as the practice or occupation of engaging in sexual activity with somebody for a payment. Now today, I'm not going to be going over the morality of prostitution and engaging in sexual behaviors for money, because in my opinion, there's no reason why two consenting adults cannot have sexual relations with one another for their own personal gains in whatever matter that is. But today, what I will be going over, what I will be talking about with you, is the facts and information of why prostitution should be legalized here in the United States. Legalized prostitution would lead to safer encounters for workers and buyers, opportunities to capitalize on the transactions in the government and with the workers, and an understanding of a truly victimless crime. Now, with the idea of legalizing prostitution, this would happen inside of a brothel. Brothels are known as a place of a physical building where prostitutes would work at under a company or a corporation, and they would provide these sexual services to their buyers or clients. And just like with any actual sexual encounter, there are risks of STDs and STIs. But if you were to legalize prostitution, this would lower the risk of STDs and STIs in these kind of unfamiliar sexual situations, because these brothels could have their workers actually get regular health screenings, and this would lower the rates of STDs and STIs that are being transmitted from people to people. And not only that, the company would be able to set this work standard almost of just regular health screenings so their workers would be healthy and overall good for work for their clients. But not only would this be good for the clients, it would be good for the actual prostitutes, because they could potentially screen clients that are coming into their buildings. This would be done in the form of having an ID, like a license or a passport, and they could run a quick background check just to make sure that this person has no actual history of abuse or violence or any really violent felonies. And this could keep the prostitutes actually safer than what they currently are now, because with this type of transaction now, the way it is illegally, pimps own prostitutes. And a pimp is somebody who owns the prostitute, gets the money for them, and it's usually abusive. So this gives the power back to the prostitute and allows them to have a say over what happens to them. And they can report non-consensual activity to the management without fear of being prosecuted for being an illegal worker almost. Because according to Paul Bishop of the University of Amsterdam, once the Netherlands actually legalized special street zones for prostitution in 2011, they saw a 30 to 40% decrease in registered sexual abuse and rape situations in the first 2 years alone. And as an unexpected consequence, they also saw a lower rate of drug-related crime. But not only does this have benefits for the sex workers and the clients, this actually has a benefit for people who aren't even in the sex industry by their own choice. But instead, it lowers sex trafficking rates because it gives a legal supply to an already present demand that is already there. According to Aaron Albright of the AMA Journal of Ethics, countries where prostitution is legal see less inflow of sex trafficking victims because there is no longer a demand for them. So let's talk about the one place in the United States where prostitution is already legal. Nevada is the only state in the United States where prostitution is legal in any sense of the word. And it actually had its first brothel open up in the 19th century. And prostitution in Nevada is only legal if it takes place in a licensed house of prostitution, aka a brothel. Here in my graph, it shows the green counties are the counties that prostitution is legal and they actually have active brothels. The yellow counties are counties where prostitution is legal, but they have no active brothels. And the red counties are where prostitution is illegal. And it's only 6 counties out of the 26 counties in Las Vegas that's illegal. One of these counties is Clark County, which contains Las Vegas. But if you think about Las Vegas, you think about gambling, you think about drugs, and you think about prostitutes. So 90% of prostitution that occurs in Nevada actually takes place in Las Vegas. And according to Linda Chase, the author of Picturing Las Vegas, legal prostitution in Nevada grosses $75 million a year, while illegal prostitution in Las Vegas grosses closer to $5 billion a year. Now, you can obviously see where the potential income could be for the entire United States, because with one single brothel worker contributing more than $20,000 in federal income taxes a year. So if you think about the $20,000 in federal income taxes, and you think about the 500,000 sex workers that are either legal or illegal right now in the United States, you're looking at a $10 billion yearly federal income tax amount that the entire United States could potentially work on and could potentially start building up their infrastructure with. Also, with the benefits for just the state itself and the country itself, with this being a legal business, they could potentially be benefits for the workers like health insurance, eye insurance, things that make it a real licensed and regulated industry. So let's now talk about the actual victimlessness of prostitution. Prostitution has been around for a really long time. It was first mentioned in the book of Genesis in the Bible. So as long as there's been people, there's been prostitutes. So according to Tom Smith at the University of Chicago, 15 to 20% of men between the ages of 20 to 60 have paid for sex at least once. And here in my graph right here shows the map of the United States, and it's the amount of arrests in 2016 with prostitutes from procon.org. Light blue is 0 to 99 arrests, middle blue 100 to 999 arrests, and dark blue 1,000 plus arrests in the state. And if you think about it, what America stands for and what America really is about, then basically we have a huge porn industry that is almost no different than what the actual prostitution industry would be. Because if you think about it, it's only people having sex for what they want to do, except one of them is being recorded and shared with millions of other people, while one of them is being more private in their own home. Because according to the New York Times Magazine, in the article Naked Capitalist, There's No Business Like Porn Business, porn brings in $10 to $14 billion in annual sales. And we're already seeing a rise in young adults looking to make more money in the only way they know how, and it's by selling sex, because sex always sells. This is in the form of premium Snapchats or Instagrams that you can only buy access to get premium content that is sexual in nature. So why not open up a new venture for individuals who can go about and make their own way in life? You could be a prostitute one day but be a brothel owner the next. In conclusion, prostitution is going to happen no matter what. So why not legalize it and make it an affordable business and be beneficial for all involved, making it safer by making more money from it and recognizing it as a victimless situation. Thank you.